What is up, YouTube? Third Impact here, bringing you episode 13 of Space Dandy, the season finale. I did not know that this was going to be the season finale until the week of. It's only going to be a short break. It's coming back in July, but I mean, I saw this episode preview for this one, and it was like a romantic episode for QT. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I was not expecting it to go to the levels that it did with the season finale. It was an amazing season finale, and it leaked early. We got it on the same night as the Kill La Kill finale. I mean, Kill La Kill finale, you guys know how much I pump up Kill La Kill. Kill La Kill finale was a finale that I was expecting to be epic. It was good, and I was really expecting that finale. Space Dandy just crept up on me out of nowhere with this finale, and not only with the fact that it was the finale, but the climax to this episode. Just, I've watched this episode a bunch of times now with a bunch of different groups of people, and like every time when QT grows huge there at the end of the episode, it was just speechless till the end of the episode, and then it was just like, holy shit, like nobody was expecting that finale from the episode. So that was just crazy. Like, this episode is so good. It's a great science fiction episode dealing with robo-ethics, with, robots and artificial intelligence in the future gaining emotions, and then them being seen as a defect because it doesn't serve the purpose that it's supposed to be serving as a machine, like a vacuum cleaner or coffee maker or a cash register. And they get sent off to this junkyard island, and it's all about like how these robots do have emotions, and it's very, very emotional. And what's especially emotional about it is the fact that there's actually a love interest between QT and Miss Maker, the coffee maker. And sorry, this finale was just so good. I messed up the whole intro, but this episode's called "Even Vacuum Cleaners Can Fall in Love, Baby," and it was just a great episode for QT. All about his romance with Miss Maker, and it was really sweet. And the whole episode begins with QT all disappointed in Meow and Dandy as per usual, and him saying like, of all the most useless things that like humans do and all the wasteful things they do, the most useless thing is the human emotion of love. Like, all it does is cause them to do stupid things. And then we're treated with this, I believe it was 23 days, that it took QT to love coffee. And that's like another thing that they introduced in the beginning of the episode. He meets Miss Maker, this coffee maker, and then you see him with this cup of coffee with a heart shape in it, and it's like, this is a story of how a vacuum cleaner learned to love coffee in 23 days. And you're like, okay. But like, there's awesome. Space Dandy is great for this, for the music sequences where there's just music playing, no real dialogue. There's some really good sections like that where my friends pointed out the song almost sounded like some of the more mellow Daft Punk songs from a certain album. I can't remember the exact one, but it was during one of the more romantic scenes with Miss Maker and QT. But QT starts to develop feelings for Miss Maker, and it's really sweet. She's very nice to him too. She breaks a cup and he starts cleaning it up with his vacuum cleaner hands, and some other robot says something like, "Oh, are you a vacuum cleaner model or something like that?" And Miss Maker says, "No, he's a very efficient robot." That's like what kind of robot he is. It's like, oh, she's so nice. But then she says something similar to Mr. Register, who's the cash register there. So there's like, ooh, some drama going on between Miss Maker and Register, and eventually she screws something up. I believe she's just off in space thinking about QT or Register. It's not really made certain. And she malfunctions. They send her and Register off to this junk island that's off, that they just throw all their trash in. And there's this like robotic revolution that's starting there with this one toaster guy, and he's gathering up all these robots so that they can go and make this giant like machine that's only revealed near the end, that's going to go and wipe out the city. And QT's there to go find Miss Maker, but at the same time he realizes that she has feelings for Register. And even by the end of the episode, when all hell breaks loose, QT's left trying to protect Miss Maker, and she's just upset about how Register went through with it and how he became part of this thing, and she never thought he would take it so far. Really not showing any emotion for QT at this point, but QT still really, really loves Miss Maker, and he goes off and tries to stop this giant behemoth of this robot that's about to destroy this city. There's jets trying to shoot it down, and this is where the animation in the episode really kicks in. There's this whole huge sequence at the end, like this giant monster kaiju flick sort of vibe going on with this big mechanical monstrosity going through, and these jets are trying to blast it down, and it's shooting laser beams. One of its arms is like a bunch of weird tubing, tentacles that they flap all over the place and get all electrified and blow things up. Just crazy, crazy stuff there. But QT, just this little robot QT, is trying to get to this this huge robot, and he ends up. I should probably yeah. Some crazy stuff happens in a minute for QT, and I'm gonna have to explain how that happens. There's this whole side plot going on where Dr. Gel is charging up and preparing his new ultimate weapon, and it's never really made clear exactly what it's gonna do. But at one point in the episode, he accidentally spills some of his drink on it, and it sparks start flying everywhere, and he wipes it up quick before Bean notices, and he acts like there's nothing wrong. But then later in the episode, when this climax is kicking in, QT tries to take out this robot and obviously fails. Somehow he gets all the way up to the head through just sheer luck of this rock that he ended up being on, going flying up and landing there. But the sequence is just amazing, and when he finally gets up to the head, he gets blasted by this laser beam and just gets sent flying back down to Earth. He's totally out of commission. He's his hand is no, stop, and it's really intense. And at this moment, Dr. Gel's experiment goes crazy. It shoots this huge pionium blast towards the planet, and it hits QT. QT grows huge, and you're like, holy shit, this episode's really going crazy. And then just the rest of the episode, I mean, it speaks for itself, but it's just the music, giant QT battling this monster, and the battle's crazy. There's this part where QT is got sent flying up in the air, and he's coming at him with his arm, and he cracks him right in the face and knocks him out, and his faceplate's all cracked, and then he just powers back on, and he's it's such a struggle. This fight is so long, and it's such a struggle, and it's just great. And at the end of the fight, he just is pushing this monster back towards the ocean, and he's kind of disintegrating back down. And you are reintroduced to that line at the beginning of the episode where QT was saying the most useless thing about the human race is the emotion of love, and how it doesn't cause anything but problems. And this is just said while he's saving the city from this creature because of love, and it was on a whim. She wasn't even necessarily feeling the same way about him, but it was a really beautiful moment. And then the episode ends again, brings it all back around, and says, so thus concludes the story of how a vacuum cleaner learned to love coffee in 23 days. It was bringing back both of those things from the beginning of the episode there at the end was just and it was literally until the credits hit, just everybody was just watching the end of that episode. It was insane. So just completely blown away by that season finale of Space Dandy. Was not expecting that. Great to see that we got some Meow development, some QT development. I'm sure we're gonna get a really epic Dandy backstory or serious episode with him in the next season. But yeah, overall, very impressed with this first half of the season, or season 1. I'm not sure how they're titling it exactly, but there will be a full review of this 13 episode chunk to come. That was just such a good episode. Sorry, I'm just still in awe of this episode. But stay tuned. I know that Kill la Kill and Space Dandy are over now, but JoJo Part 3 Stardust Crusaders, sorry guys, starts Friday. And sorry about this video being a little bit longer to come out than it should have been. I've just been so caught up with school stuff, exams, papers, presentations, all that crap. So excuse me about that, but like, whatever. If I released the Space Dandy video earlier, you probably would have just gone longer without content. So really, what you gonna do? Stay tuned for JoJo in 2 days. That will definitely be a thing, and I'm also gonna have to do full reviews of Kill la Kill Space Dandy and find some new shows and new things to talk about. So that'll be interesting. And I should be getting some free time once classes are over and we're in this kind of exam period. So I hope to see you guys soon, and peace out.